Hey guys, Captain Foley is live, because why not? I just figured I'd come on live and talk with you guys, hang out for a bit. I got about an hour or so to kill, and I thought, why not spend it with you guys? Because I love hanging out with you guys. I'm just going to go through some of my wallpapers here and discuss that, some stuff that we see, because why not, right? Um, Hi, creepy Joker Foley. Well, hello, Josh. Hello, Raj. Hello, Derek. Hello, Red Lynx 27. And Michael. Gordon is alive. Who's Gordon? What happened? Did I miss something? I think I missed something. I didn't advertise this live, so I'm not sure how many people we're going to get, but that's fine. I'm going to see about sharing this link before we begin. Nah, I don't know if I'll be able to. So this is happening. Yes, it is. Siren, Brian, Reed, Derek. Hello, everybody. Hey, you going on Star Trek Online? Not right now. No. Thank you for tuning in, guys. Much appreciated, as always. Love seeing you guys. So we're just going to go through some of my wallpapers, I guess, because why not? We can talk about these. So this is the Phoenix. This is done by Mesh Weaver in 2014. Here's the Phoenix, which is glorious. Beautiful ship. Beautiful render. A lot of these, I got a whole folder full of Star Trek wallpapers that randomly scroll through on my desktops. So why not talk to you guys about them a little bit and yeah, hang out with y'all. I never knew the Phoenix had lit warp grills. Yeah, well, probably shouldn't, but oh well, it looks good. Hey, Tony. So let's just go to the next wallpaper. Now, 99.98% of my wallpapers are appropriate for this kind of thing. Some might not be, but we'll talk about each one as we get to it. And so this, well, why is it doing that? There we go. This is one of the Gorn dreadnoughts from Starfleet Battles. Now, if you guys follow me at all on any kind of regular basis, you know I'm a huge Starfleet Battles guy. Kind of my thing. Me and my brother play it all the time. I simply love Starfleet Battles. So this is one of the Gorn dreadnoughts. I got to admit, I really love the Starfleet Battles designs. This is a cool ship in my opinion. I'm kind of partial to Starfleet Battles. Like I said, me and my brother, my oldest brother Steve, play it all the time, or when we can. We used to play it all the time. So yeah, interesting ship. As you can see here, there's some Gorn writing on the front, and of course the Gorn symbol from Starfleet Battles. Interesting warp nacelles here. And those are not flames at the back. Those are like chiller grills, lit elements of the engines. Kind of like reverse Bizarre collectors because they're at the back, but that's fine. Hey, Captain, how's Sylvia? Sylvia's good. She's at work. Corey, enlisted episode of Trek Yard. Enlisted episode of Trek Yard ever. Only 45 years until we find out if warp drives have the glowing nacelles. There you go. Now, Lore Reloaded was doing a thing on Twitter today. I think he's making a video, but he was asking how Cochrane was able to use warp nacelles or warp drive because there was no dilithium on Earth. But actually, dilithium is only required to focus the energy and and used for higher warp speeds. Actually, lower warp speeds you can use lithium, but it's extremely fragile and extremely unreliable. But you can use lithium for that. So the fact that there was no dilithium doesn't squash the fact that there was warp drive early on. But anyway, we're talking about the Gorn here. So these here are plasma cannons, because this shoots plasma torpedoes, much like the Romulans, because the Gorn and the Romulans in Starfleet Battle have an ongoing battle along the border, and so the Gorns have plasma weaponry. So these here are pivoting plasma torpedo launchers. And there's different kinds of plasma torpedoes in Starfleet Battles. If you guys know, or if you don't know, that's fine, because I'm here to school you guys and show you some cool stuff. So, and this is done by Adam Turner way back in 2007. Adam Turner's a good guy. I've talked to him a few times. He does fantastic Starfleet Battles art. So if you guys want to find any Starfleet Battles ships online, look up Starfleet Battles and Adam Turner. You'll be able to find something. Hello, Dan23. Hi, how you doing? Brian McFarland, I dig the Gorns having the warp nacelles in a vertical alignment instead of horizontal. Well, they are horizontal. They're just dorsal and ventral. That's all. They're not on the sides. So, all right. So now we're going to go to the next wallpaper. We're just going to discuss cool things. What do you think of Stargate? That is the sci-fi I grew up with loving. It has Robert Ricardo, Troy, and Q in it in some episodes. I find it hard to get into Stargate. I do enjoy it. I do enjoy Stargate Atlantis more, but do you prefer the Starfleet Battles Gorn ships to Star Trek Online? Yes, somewhat. I do like the ones in even Starfleet Command. Those are very cool designs in Starfleet Command. But so here's just a pinup. This is one of the John Eves pinup girls that he does. I love these. I love sexy, beautiful women. So there are some of those on here as well. And hopefully you guys aren't too offended by that. So here's just one of them. And I'll give credit to any artists that I know who did it. A lot of these wallpapers I've collected over years, so some of them I don't know the artists for, unfortunately. But most of them I got through DeviantArt. Here's just another one of John Eves pinups. It's John Eves Atomic Pinups, if you guys are interested in looking that up as well. He does a lot of photography of very pretty women. Yeah. So, any pinup with the TNG short uniform? On females, probably not. I don't think I have any scants. They're called the TNG scant uniform, and no, I don't think I have any of those. So, here's some fantastic concepts for Starfleet uniforms. I really like these. Need I say more? We'll move along, though. I don't want to offend anybody with these. Like I said, it's all random, and there's hundreds and hundreds of pictures in this folder, so we'll see what comes up next and go from there. So this is, of course, just a classic Enterprise in orbit. This is TOS remastered. Again, looks fantastic. And if you'll notice the thumbnail for this video, I've got the Foley class in orbit. That's all thanks to Barry Chapman, who did that animation. It's a TOS opening with the Foley class. Oh, the sound's a little low. That's sorry. That's because my microphone was over there. Now I moved it. Now it's in front of me. Hopefully that's good enough. That should be better. I forgot to move the microphone. I apologize. Don't hate me. Let me know if the sound is better. Foley's Angels. Yes. Yes, Foley's Angels. All right, so let's see what's next here. This is Yaya Han. This is the cosplayer Yaya Han and another lady doing things on the night shift that they probably shouldn't be doing, but that's okay. That's night shift for you, I'm telling you. Undisciplined. Damn. Yeah, that's right, damn. Yaya Han, yep. Yay, Yaya. Yay, Yaya Han. Yay. And she's a trill there, so. Here's a beautiful one by The Lightworks. This is done by Tobias Richter. Here, I'll move my ugly ass face over here so you guys can see this a little bit better. There you go. It's the Enterprise D. This is a beautiful wallpaper. The Lightworks does some fantastic stuff. If that's another thing you guys should look up on Google, The Lightworks and Star Trek. You'll find a lot of these really fantastic prints and things. So hopefully that's something you guys will do as a result of this live. Wow, never saw that on Star Trek Continues. I know, right? D. Burris, I requested to be in the Team Trekyards fleet. Why are you yelling? Don't yell at me. Is this for Star Trek Online? Because I'm not in charge of the Star Trek Online fleet, or the Trekyards fleet. Sorry, Team Trekyards. We got other people that are more qualified with Star Trek Online and know it better to do that kind of stuff for us. So all you have to do is go to the Star Trek Online Team Trekyards Facebook page and request to join. So Chickyards, yeah, there you go. That should be a thing. I agree. Corey Kelly, you have a beautiful face. Well, thank you. I'm sure you do as well. Of course, I can't see you, unfortunately, but oh, here's a nice shot. This is the Cage era Enterprise with the larger deflector dish, as you guys can see, and the larger bridge module. Now this, a lot of people say this is a window. This is not a window. This is actually a sensor palette, because it's just what it is. A lot of people have said, oh, the Cage Enterprise had a window. No, it didn't. But you can see here it's the standard solid Bizarre collectors with the spikes in them, and the black on the saucer also indicates that it's the, and these markings on the front indicates that it's the Cage. I really wish that you would get into some retro Trek games streaming, Captain. I would if I could get the stuff installed and working on my computer. I would love to play Starfleet Battle or Starfleet Command Volume 2 again. I love Starfleet Command. It's one of my favorite games. I have it. Volume 2 is the best for me. Volume 3 is kind of crap. Volume 1's good as well, but Volume 2 is the pinnacle for me. Plus, I had all the downloads there, and this is Metlis. I can't ever say his name, but he does some fantastic art. Like I said, these are available on Deviant Art. So Tony Talacaro, $5. Thank you very much for the super chats. They're greatly appreciated. Hey, Captain, in your opinion, were the Cardassians a technically inferior race to any Federation member? Early on, yes. In the Starfleet Battles era, there's one or two books written where they actually tangle with the Romulans a little bit, and they're actually confined into their little section of Cardassian space before they become technologically more advanced and kind of expand a little bit. So just is what it is. Let's go to the next picture here. Hey, Captain Foley, how are you? I love you guys. Keep up the good work. Some TOS episodes said the Enterprise could separate like the D did. Yes, absolutely. It was actually in the original Bible for TOS that it could separate, and we've done an episode on that. Look up Trekyard Saucer Separation on YouTube. Fantastic episode. One of my favorites, and definitely one of our most popular ones as well. And it talks all about the separation capabilities of other starships beside the Enterprise D. So the Romulan, yeah, Dave Metlisitz. I can't say his name though. Metlisitz. I feel bad. I've talked to him a few times. Good guy, but I can't pronounce his last name to save my life, so I apologize to him. Siren, the Romulan Republic, yay or nay? I don't know what you mean. I like them. They're very cool, especially in Starfleet Battles. They got some cool ships. My brother always picks the Romulans to go up against me, so... But here we got one. This is labeled Simon. Again, probably available on DeviantArt, but definitely a classic USS Excalibur, NCC 1705 versus a D7. Looks fantastic. So I wish there was an updated Bridge Commander. I know, right? Bridge Commander was also a fun game. I have that one as well. Just a lot of these older games don't install on my computer, and I know people say that they're available from new download sites, but I've never gone to try that. I've tried installing Starfleet Battles or Starfleet Starfleet Command Volume 2 on this computer, and it starts the game and then it just shuts off, and it's a pain in my ass because I'd like to play that, and I would love to stream that for you guys. That'd be amazing. I thought you were live on STO when I first seen this notification, LOL. Well, not today. I'm not going to do Star Trek Online today. I just wanted to go through some wallpapers and show you some fantastic Star Trek artwork that you might not have been knowledgeable of. So, some guy, hey Captain, could I get a shout out to Vivian? She's a big fan. Also, can you post a link to the Trek Yards t-shirts? Couldn't find it on the website. Well, the t-shirts are currently unavailable. The campaign is over for those. We will be doing a new one soon, so stay tuned. So I can't post it right now, and I apologize for that. So this one is a Star Trek Online ship. This is the Odyssey class, I believe, the Enterprise F. Voyages by VNM 51. A fantastic piece of art here. I actually have Starfleet Armada Volume 2 on my laptop with the upgraded graphics, and I forget what it's called now, but there's an updated version of it that you can install. I have that. I should actually play that. I could use OBS on my laptop and get that. There's emulators for older forms of Windows you need to use so older games work correctly. Well, if you can private message me on Facebook and let me know where to get those and how to install them. I'm not really a tech head. I would be so on board to be able to play older games because I simply love them. Hey Captain, are there any ships in Star Trek named after Canadian cities, heroes, etc.? Well, there's the Foley class that I made. That's named after a Canadian hero that I'm very, very familiar with and is a good guy. Just saying. Other than that, I can't think of any offhand. No. Let's go to the next wallpaper. This is going to be something I'll probably do a lot during lives. Just show you some of the wallpaper collection and what's on my monitor sometimes. Oh, this is interesting. This here is from Starfleet Battles. This is the Andromedan, the Andromedans, and they are from the Andromeda Galaxy. This is, it doesn't have the name of the ship here, unfortunately. This is one of their heavy cruisers. This is the Andromedan symbol. They have displacement devices, so they can basically disappear from one spot and end up at another spot. That's how they were able to traverse the distance from the Andromeda Galaxy to our galaxy in Starfleet Battles in the game. This is another one done by Adam Turner, who does fantastic work, like I said. Visit federationcommander.com. The website's up there. You can see a lot of his fantastic artwork. The Andromedans have cool stuff. I believe they have the plasmatic pulsar device as well. And a few other interesting weapons and stuff. I can't think of any offhand, but interesting race and fun to play. So like I said, I'm a huge Starfleet Battles junkie. So Holy Triforce. This is one of the renders done by Samuel. Just comparing the NX-01 to the Constitution class, and yes, these are to scale of each other. They are the correct scale. Samuel does some great renders for the episodes, and a lot of them I steal after the episodes for my wallpaper folder. So yeah. Hopefully he's not mad about me showing these, but I don't think he would be. So here's the size comparison. There's quite a bit of bulk on the NX-01, more so than I expected when I first saw the show. I thought it was quite a bit smaller, but this is to scale of the Constitution class. So yeah, the saucers are about the same diameter. There is a view from the top somewhere, but ooh, here's the NX-01. This is the refit, the SS Enterprise. I actually have the Eagle Moss version of this right here. This is the refit, and fantastic ship. Doug Drexler did a fine job with this. I really wish we would have seen this in the show. Sorry about that. So I'm not sure who the artist is for this. Unfortunately, I'd love to give them a shout out, but Looks like another one of Dave's renders. Well, it might be. I do like the cage style points on the nacelles. It's a sleek looking ship, and the way Doug Drexler explained to us that he designed the NX-01 was he kept holding it up and imagining a secondary hull on it at some point, because that would be the next transition phase. So when he designed the shapes, he made it so that this would be possible. The NX refit is called the Columbia class. Well, there you go, because of course the NX-02 Columbia, right? So a few more changes. Here's another one of the atomic pinups done by John Eves. He does some fantastic photography, and it's Johnny's Atomic Pinups, I think is what it's called. So kind of fits in with our Trek Yard style shirts, our pinup style shirts. And I've sent one to John Eves. I've sent one to Doug Drexler. Doug Drexler, I got a picture of him wearing it. John Eves, I haven't got a picture back of him wearing it, unfortunately, but he did really enjoy it. So, does the secondary hull of the NX refit have a shuttle bay? It doesn't. That's a good question. I'm looking at it here, and the impulse crystals right here. There is this section at the back, but it doesn't seem large enough to accommodate a shuttle bay. But you would think it would, because where the secondary hull mounts on, that's where the drop doors are for the actual shuttle pods. So I'm not sure. It's a question I should ask Doug Drexler next time I talk to him. Eric Dayton, hi Captain Foley. I saw your video of Star Trek Online. I was wondering if I could join your fleet. You can. Team Trek Yards. You got to go to the Facebook page, Team Trek Yards Star Trek Online. They'll be able to help you out and join the fleet. I don't know how to do that kind of stuff, so I have a team that runs that separately. But they do a fantastic job. So check them out for sure. Here's another great cosplay. Love this one. Photo copyrighted Vancouver photographer at gmail.com. So there you go. Where is the Foley class starship? It's around. Maybe it'll show up. We're just doing random wallpapers here to talk about. Oh, here's an interesting one. This is by Metless 2. I can't say it. I wish I knew his name. Again, this is the cage style Constitution class. You got the Bizarre collectors with the spikes, larger bridge dome, the markings on the hull, and you can see that the secondary or the deflector and sensor dish is much larger here. It's getting struck by lightning of some kind. That's not good, or it's going behind it. It looks like it's hitting the hull here though, but oh, it looks like it's going through the ship. Look, it hits here, and then looks like it's coming out right there. So that's interesting. Love Trek Yards. Keep up the good work. Well, thank you. We will definitely do that. Kind of looks like Apollo's hand on the hull. Well, maybe it is. No, because that wasn't the cage Enterprise, so no. Hello, Captain. How are you today? I am fine. I am good. Had a busy day and thought I'd unwind by hanging out with you guys. Love the channel. Well, thank you. Here's some interesting blueprints and specifications for the Constitution class. This is a deck-by-deck thing. Fortunately, the resolution is not high enough that I can really read these all too clearly. This is from Deviant Arts. It's got a watermark here. Chimera 335 at deviantart.com. So, and stats on the ship. Sheet 5 of 12. I love schematics. I love LCARs. There's going to be some LCARs that'll pop up here too, because I got an LCARs folder that also is used for wallpaper. So TOS would win D7 head engine problems. Here's McKenna from Star Trek Continues, the awesome Michelle Sprecht. I can't even say her last name. I'm a sucker for redheads and TOS uniforms, and she fits the bill 1,000-fold. Luckily, I get to speak with Vic on a regular basis, Vic Mignogna, and he's a great guy. I was talking to him yesterday, actually, and absolutely love McKenna. She's just gorgeous, so she is awesome. And yo, fellow sucker for redheads. Who's not a sucker for redheads is my question. They're like my kryptonite. Here's Miss Lacey Lane. This is, of course, another one of John Eve's pinups. Just awesome. Yeah, Vic is going to New York Comic Con. He asked me if I was going because he thought he saw my name on the list, and no, I'm not. This is Adam Turner again. This is another Starfleet Battles situation. Got some characters here in tactical TOS armor, which is neat. And you can see the crashed Romulan bird of prey in the background there. So, yeah. Do you mind the fact that so many ships in TNG and later are so sodding fast? There are many ships. I just don't see being able to reach warp 9, but they do. Yeah, it is an issue, especially with our Trek Yards originals. A lot of people want their ship to go, warp 9.9999. But we got to put limitations on that kind of thing and make it more realistic. So, Teresa, are some new ships in STO? Are you going to talk about them in Trek Yards? Yes, we talk about Star Trek Online ships on a regular basis. So, for sure. So here's a nice fleet shot from TNG. Ugh. Galaxy, Intrepid, the Sovereign, the Enterprise E here, the Defiant, a Galore of Derridex, and a Negh'Var. So, do you think Trelane was a Q? I do think Trelane was a Q. There's actually a novel that talks about that. How he's basically Q's nephew or something like that, some kind of relation like that. So, all right, here we go. Here's another shot of the Andorian, or the Andromedan, sorry. The Andromedan Conquistador class light cruiser. A lot of the Andromedan ships, they look exactly alike, just upsized for different classes. So this light cruiser, the heavy cruiser would be a little bit bigger. The dreadnought's a little bit different design, and it's bigger still, of course. So, and this again is artwork by Adam Turner, who's, there we go. My face was covering his name, but interesting design. Interesting design. I wish I had more of the information on them in front of me right now, but we'll do Trek Yards episodes on these at some point. Absolutely guaranteed. So there's just a nice shot of the nice wallpaper of the United Federation of Planets symbol. I got 106 people watching without advertising this live stream. That's awesome, guys. Thank you. By the way, have you seen the latest Star Trek Online Deviant stream? I must say the Discovery version of Starfleet Academy looks really nice. I have not, but I'm interested to see that. So here's another Starfleet battle ship. This is the Starfleet Marco Ramius class battle frigate. I'm a sucker for 3 nacelle designs. This is neat. It's got a little shuttle bay here. Impulse engine, a very stocky little ship. Oh, YouTube notifications worked for once. That's good. Glad you're notified every time I go live. That's awesome. I really appreciate that, guys. Ooh, I like that little frigate. That battle frigate designation is ugh. Oh, here's just a shot of the moon. Yeah, you know, just because. David Bessig, $2. Thank you very much, David. Much appreciated. Can't wait to submit my next ship to the show. Well, we can't wait to see it. Ooh, here we go. Here's some Romulan goodness, some Romulan Starfleet Battles goodness here. This is the Romulan Sparrowhawk class light cruiser. Interesting design. These points here, these are all weapon placements. I think they're just phasers, these ones. This, of course, does have some plasma torpedoes as well. But I love the design of the nacelles on some of these Romulan ships. This is an older style ship, so it looks a little bit different than other ones in the fleet. But the bulbous tips, the bulbous Bizarre collectors, are awesome, and they have points on them that I think, unless I'm wrong, are plasma torpedo launchers that incorporated through the warp nacelle using warp plasma. But anyway, there's different views of this, and again, this one is done by Adam Turner. Fantastic stuff. So was the Mako Ramius class named after a Russian captain in the hunt for Red October? Yeah, I would think so. David Bessig, $2. My first was the Washington. I've improved a lot. Good to know, good to know. Hey, Captain, you think the Federation nacelle design is getting duller? Do you have any radical nacelle design changes in mind? Yeah, there's actually some X ships in Starfleet Battles that have cool designs leading up to the Phase 2 nacelles that are different. This, of course, is another one of John Eves. See? John Eves' Atomic Arts Studio. This is Miss Amanda Lee. Love the fishnets. Love the fishnets with the TOS uniforms. Fishnets are also my kryptonite, so. Firefighter 09100. Aloha, Captain Foley. Well, hello. Grim Panda. Damn, look at those legs. Grim Panda is an awesome guy. He's helped us with this Trek Yards Discord. If you guys want to go join the Trek Yards Discord, the link is in the description. Not of this video, damn it, because the live video upload defaults are different. Check other videos. New videos, like the one coming out tomorrow, will have the Discord link. You can join the Discord there. Yeah, this is the Kobayashi Maru. This is the one done by Thomas Maroney from Star Trek Online team. We saw this in Ticonderoga when we visited with Thomas, and we saw this before it was actually released in game, so it was great to see this ship. I love this design, all these cargo pods on the bottom here, because it is a cargo ship after all, and some great shuttle bay details as well. By the way, Captain, I'm Mailbaggery on that Discord too. Discord Rear Admiral here. Oh, see, I say Mailbaggery, but it's Main Blaggery. All right, so now I know who you are. Thank you. Cool. Yeah, sorry, got a little bit of mild dyslexia, I think, because I always screw up words and stuff. So I could put a yes, Grim Panda, put a link in the comments section here for the Trek Yards Discord. That would be awesome. Thank you. We'll go to the next wallpaper. I saw a video today on CBS, and I think it was Stage 9. Ooh, this is a good one. This is for a new series that we had filmed a pilot for but haven't released yet, where we compare famous Star Trek ships to different real-world items, monuments, different vehicles, and talk about the size in real life. This is the Defiant model. You see a little person down here. There's a little 6-foot person, and compared to the pyramid, the Great Pyramid of Giza. But that hasn't been released. That's been filmed for a while. We haven't released it. We have a few pilot things coming out eventually. So yeah, I'm just looking through my wallpapers right now and just discussing some stuff. So this is an interesting design. I don't know where this is from. This is just a fan designed ship. Again, very cool. I do like this part. I think it's very 1960s looking, which is awesome. Big shuttle bay. So it's NCC 1757. I don't know what ship that is. So have you heard the new Star Trek series trademarked by CBS? Star Trek Revolution, Star Trek SETI Alpha 5, Star Trek Starfleet Academy, and Star Trek Lower Decks. I had not heard that, but there we go. Revolution's probably the Picard series. Star Trek SETI Alpha 5 is that rumored mini-series being done by Nicholas Meyer about Khan. Star Trek Starfleet Academy and Star Trek Lower Decks. The Lower Decks sounds interesting as well. Like the Academy I'm not too stoked about, but just because I'm old and grumpy. You got a source for those, Thomas? Yeah, no kidding. And if you guys know the artists of some of these, like I said, if the name's there, I'll let you guys know who did these awesome wallpapers and stuff. But most of them I've just been collecting over years. I've got hundreds in a folder that just randomly scroll through, but a lot of them I got through DeviantArt. So here's just a great Klingon display screen of the bird of prey, which is great. Did you hear of the new IDW comic following Picard as captain of the Stargazer with Crusher's husband? No, I haven't heard about that. Sounds interesting. Have you checked out the Star Trek, the animated series Trek Transformers crossover comic? I know you're a fan of both franchises. I've been eagerly anticipating it. I haven't checked it out yet. I didn't know it was out yet. I will have to go take a look and download it. So you can research the trademarks. I can't post a link though. Okay, well, yeah. Now this is the Star Trek Theurgy. We've done a Trek Yards Originals on this ship. This is just one of the, this is the Captain's Yacht or some kind of shuttle for it. But, awesome design there. I can't remember the artist's name, unfortunately, but we have done a Trek Yards Original on it, so check that out. Look up Theurgy, and you'll find that. Here's another one of Samuel's renders of the NX-01, the model close up. You get to see the lit cargo doors there. There's a little airlock there too into the impulse crystal room, I guess, or the warp stabilizer is what this is called. Yeah, so I hope I'm not boring you guys. Like I said, I have nothing specific to talk about. I just wanted to come out and hang out live. So here's a great shot. This is from the remastered TOS of Apollo's hand holding the Enterprise. Beautiful shot. That shot of the NX-01 is gorgeous. Yeah, I've got a lot of nice stuff like that because Samuel can render that stuff, and he does it for episodes. And like I said, after the episode, I snag the pictures and use them as wallpapers. Here's another one of Johnny's atomic pinups. Pretty girls in nice outfits always will sucker me in, I'm sorry to say. Here's one that I designed. This is one of the Trek Yards Starship Research Division patches. Foley and Cockings, and yeah, we got to get some patches and shirts made up with stuff like this on. I've done a few different designs, and I've had some talented artists draw them up for me. I think this one was done by Cal Schnatz Jr. But yeah, beautiful. And a patch or a hat or a shirt with this on, I think would be fun. Would you guys be interested in seeing something like this? Would you buy one of these? You need to let me know because it's cool. I'm glad that I've started learning OBS and I can show you this kind of stuff now. Oh, Michael Smith, $5. Thank you very much, Michael. Much appreciated. Based on all ship designs over the history of Trek, would you consider Starfleet to be a more military-based organization or more scientific overall? Well, that's the ongoing debate now, isn't it? It's pretty clear from Star Trek II and Star Trek VI that they are a military organization. However, those were two of Gene Roddenberry's least favorite movies for that very reason. I think the only one I really buy as a scientific explorer ship and not specifically military would be the NX-01, because they were kind of flabbergasted that everyone was shooting at them. Sorry guys, just gotta send a text message here. So, Shannon Nash, good afternoon, Captain. Permission to come aboard. Permission granted, Shannon. So yeah, I think, and as with the TOS Enterprise, it was designed to not have any visible weapons. That's why the weapons shoot from underneath. There's no ball turrets. There's nothing physically there that shows that they have weapons for that very reason. You don't want to run into an enemy and be aggressive right off the hop. So I think it's more of a joint scientific military adventure. But that's just my thoughts. That's a tough debate that deserves a whole discussion with somebody else. Maybe we'll have a guest on to talk about that kind of thing. I'm super stoked to catch you live streaming again, AC Costello. Well, thank you very much for coming. I appreciate it. It's always better when we have viewers. When is Anti-Trekker going to be on? Well, we filmed with Anti-Trekker earlier today. We filmed 2 episodes. We have a few Saturdays lined up in the queue already, so I'm saying probably a month or more. But I might be joining Anti-Trekker live tonight for his live stream as well. So you might see me twice today if you want to tune in for that, and assuming I can make it. But yes, Anti-Trekker, we filmed with him today, so... And let's just go to the next one. What are your thoughts on the new Bumblebee movie, Captain? I love it. We get to see... It's basically like the War for Cybertron games brought to life. We get to see actual Transformers the way they should be, and it is a prequel. It happens in 1987. It's a prequel to the Michael Bay movies, so it almost makes sense that the robots evolved to look different from the Michael Bay movies. It kind of puts them in context a bit more, makes them look a little bit better. But I'm looking forward to it. So here's the battle. This is from the episode The Battle, where they're towing the Stargazer. A fantastic thing. Fantastic render. Stargazer by David Metzlitz. Enterprise by A. Clem. Wallpaper and Scene by T. Pick. And there's some websites you can go to check out his work. So so I'm looking forward to the new Bumblebee movie 100%. Being able to see actually Soundwave and Ravage and Optimus and, you know, it just, and the Seekers. Here's a close-up of the observation lounge of the Enterprise. Unfinished render by the looks of it, but that's what those big windows on the back of the saucer are for this rec room. CJ O'Neill, $9.99. Thank you very much. Much appreciated. A small donation to show my appreciation for your content. Well, thank you very much, CJ O'Neill. We couldn't keep going without you guys and your support, so the super chats are super welcome, and I just love being able to hang out with you guys and talk, because otherwise I'd be wasting my time sitting upstairs playing on my phone, and this way at least I get to interact with you guys and, you know, maybe teach you a few things. If a cool wallpaper comes up that I can talk about, like Starfleet Battles, you can learn about some Star Trek you might not know about. Here again is the Kobayashi Maru done by Thomas Maroney. Fantastically well done. Cargo bay doors for loading. There's a main shuttle bay here. There's 2 shuttle bays on the bottom, and then the cargo pods, or the cargo modules underneath the nacelles. ECS, what does that stand for again? Something cargo ship, but I can't remember what. Thomas told us. We did a Trek Yards episode on this design. So yeah, look that up and you'll be able to find out what ECS stands for. I don't remember. Gareth Fairclough, £5. Well, thank you very much, Gareth, and welcome back. Gareth is a supporter of the show that is always here for the lives, and we really appreciate all he does, so thank you. Have you heard anything about Dan Govier and his VR TMP Connie interior project? Do you think that it will be impacted by the recent Stage 9 stuff? I have no idea. I think I know which one you're talking about, but I don't talk to him on a regular basis, so I don't know. And I don't know. The Stage 9 thing just pisses me off, to be honest. Earth Cargo Ship. Yeah, I think that's what it is. I think it's Earth Cargo Ship. Thank you, Car Galaxy Studios, for that. So, and Firefighter 09100. I think that's what it is. And Adam Boots. And Mailbag Banner. And Gareth Fairclough. You guys are amazing. Yes, Earth Cargo Ship. There you go. Yes, that room does take up 2 decks on the TMP Enterprise. Here, of course, we just got a nice shot of a TOS Romulan bird of prey. No idea who the artist is, unfortunately, so I apologize. So we'll move along to the next one. Ooh, the USS Defiant. I think this is one of Samuel's renders. Looks great. great looking ship, great detail. These just make fantastic wallpapers. So it's fun for me to show you guys these and talk about them and maybe learn little nuggets of information per live, you know. Yeah. And guys, if you have any questions or anything, you can just put them in the chat. I'll hopefully see them. I'm trying to hit a lot of the points people are making or questions, and I apologize if I missed them, but yeah. Bad Day, this one is called. This is by Deg3D. He does some fantastic stuff. This is John Eves' design for a Klingon ship, the battlecruiser, the D4. A lot of the rigging that you see on John Eves' Enterprise era ships, Klingon ships, that is, a lot of rigging, which was styled after the Russian ships of the time of the 60s and stuff, with all their rigging on like the submarines and stuff. So very cool. All your Windows 10 sounds kept throwing me off, lol. Oh, is Windows making noise? Hope not. I can't hear it. Okay, thank you, Captain Foley, and God bless. Thank you, Roberto. I hope the computer's not making too many noises. Oh, I think it does every time I do this. Oh, sorry. Every time I change the wallpaper. I apologize. Don't hate me. Yeah, it's the notification sound for when I change the wallpaper. I didn't even realize because I didn't have my earpiece in. I'll have to fix that for the next one. I don't know. Let's see. Desktop audio. It says nothing's happening with the desktop audio. I know if I mess with that stuff too much, it's going to screw up my Star Trek Online stuff. But anyway, here we go. This is one of the Lyran Panther class light cruisers. The Lyrans in the game are cat-like. There's the Lyrans and Kinzinti, which are at odds with each other, and they have like missile carriers and stuff, and this is one of their missile carriers. You can see the phasers on there. These are other phaser emplacements. I'm trying to think which special weapons the Lyrans have. I know they have a lot of drones and fighters. That's kind of their thing. You can turn off the window sounds in settings. I know I can, but I don't know how. Settings on OBS. Settings. I don't want to mess with stuff too much because it's gonna. Oh, desktop audio device. No, that's my Yeti speaker. I don't want to touch that. Desktop audio device 2 disabled. You know what? I'm not gonna mess with the settings on OBS because that would be bad. Oh, the PC settings. All right, well, I'll do that then. Fine, whatever. Be that way. System. Sound. Sound control panel. I don't want to do it because I'm going to screw something up. No, I'm just going to continue going. So you can live with the sounds when I change wallpapers. That way you know there's a new wallpaper coming. That's what it is. It's special. Unplug and plug it back in after 15 seconds. Yes, that'll work. See, Galaxy Studios, don't turn that off regarding the desktop audio. Hopefully Destiny is an adaptation of the novel trilogy, but unlikely. Hard to speculate on any of the titles in the new show, but by title, except for Academy one, really. Shout at it in Russian. I would if I knew some Russian. Oh, that's right, I'm a Russian hacker because that's a whole thing. Don't even get me started. So here's one of the TOS display panels, the subspace frequency scan. Sorry, I had to do that. Yeah, I'm sorry. I didn't even realize it was making those noises. I apologize. It's my bad. Ah, here we go. This is a learning opportunity right here. Starfleet Battles. Here's some of the Klingon ships. Here we've got the little Klingon F5 frigate, the C8 dreadnought. This has a third nacelle mounted underneath the boom section here. The D5 war cruiser, the B10 battleship, which we've done a detailed Trek Yards episode on. And there's two nacelles underneath the boom here, and the boom can separate, become its own module. And the D7 heavy cruiser, and these are all to scale of each other. So again, Adam Turner does fantastic work. It's cool to see this kind of stuff. This is what I grew up with. This is why I'm so passionate about TOS stuff and side canon stuff and Starfleet Battles, and I want to mention these things when I can, because this is what I grew up with. This was my Trek, and you know, it filled in those years where there was no real Trek on TV. There was no TNG or whatever. So this is what we grew up with. So Stuart, I recall hearing about a C7 dreadnought as well. Am I being crazy? You are not crazy. There is a C7 dreadnought. It's not as bulky as this one. It's much slimmer, much like the D7, but it has a third nacelle on the bottom of the boom as well. The C8 is a little bit bulkier and looks more like a bodybuilder. Carlos Albanese, 2 pounds. Thank you very much, Carlos. Or Carlo. Love all the ships. Keep up the good work. Well, thank you very much. We certainly will try. All right, here is a great wallpaper by Simon. Is the artist here. This is the USS Constitution, NCC 1701, and the Enterprise. Some little different detailing on the Constitution class here, which is interesting. And it looks like red warp grills, but they're not. They're basically just like a brass metal look here. Just the reflectivity of them here makes them look like they're glowing. So changing wallpaper again, so here's a sound. What do you think of my concept on the battleship? Well, that one I've already seen, so we're gonna go. I don't know if I've taken a close look at it, Dystopian Guy. I will endeavor to take more of a look. Now, talking about audio, Trek history has great music. Would you consider getting some composer on the show for an interview, or do you feel out of your depth with that topic? It's, you know, we try to get people on from different aspects of Trek. We have Michael Westmore on for makeup and stuff. I mean, I'd consider getting a composer on for sure. Yeah, I'm a little out of my depth with the music aspect, but that's fine. Earlier I had talked about the Lyrans from Starfleet Battles. This is another race, the Hydrans. This is the Buffalo Water class war destroyer. Kind of ugly, but it serves its purpose. It's a smaller ship. These, I believe, are phaser emplacements right there, and different weapons on the front. I can't remember what the Hydrans use as special weapons either, but I should just do a Starfleet Battles live, go through my Starfleet Battles folder and talk about Starfleet Battles ships with the information in front of me at some point. I think you guys might enjoy that. Would you enjoy seeing some Starfleet Battles stuff? Here's another one of John Eves' Atomic Art Studio Pinup Girls. This is Lieutenant Victoria Vertuga. Put that in your pipe and smoke it. What is the Trek Yards Star Trek Online fleet? It's called Team Trek Yards. Here's a good TOS ship question. Did Starfleet lay out exactly why there were so many Constitution-like designs initially? What was it primarily a mission specific, or why was it the flagship? It was the best ship of the era. I don't know why there were so many necessarily, but yeah, I'd enjoy seeing more pinups. Well, you'll see them. They're scattered throughout, and this is all on random. So you'll see, like I said, 99.98% of what's in that folder is family friendly, but there's that 0.02%, which one came up the other day, which I didn't know was in there, to be honest. So hopefully those don't show up. Here is an ambassador class with a very TOS styled shuttle bay at the back and nice impulse engine. Now, I always thought the ambassador class needed an impulse engine up here, especially if you build the model. There's like this empty space here, which would be perfect for that. I also thought of putting another nacelle on an ambassador class up here because there's a big empty space. So a perfect place for another nacelle mount to make it a dreadnought. Alright, here's something un-Star Trek related, but that's fine. I'm a huge fan of Astromech droids, as you guys know, so here's some of the ones here. R2, R5, R4, BB series, and the C1 series. Yeah. An astromech droid, also referred to as an astro droid or mech, was a type of droid that served as an automated mechanic on starships. These compact droids used tool-tipped appendages stored in access compartments. Many starfighters relied on astromech co-pilots. Sitting in an astromech socket exposed to space, the droid, in addition to its piloting duties, could calculate hyperspace jumps and perform simple repairs. Most astromechs were only able to communicate in writing, conveyed via another computer system or through a special code of clicks, beeps, and similar sounds known as binary. So there you go. I want to do some Fleet Yards episodes on droids specifically, each of the classes perhaps. We have a lot of ideas for Fleet Yards down the road, but that's where we stand with that. So again, I apologize for that. I'll try to fix that for the next live. The alert every time I change the wallpaper. Here's just a great one of a captain's desk. On the fall of the Federation, UFP Linus Randolph. You got a little ship there on the pad, which is cool. Engineering log, intercom, light cruiser plans, games, diagnostic mode, main menu. Solaris, Palada, Novara. Phasers, question mark, question mark, question mark. Oh, you can't see that because my face is in the way. What am I up there? See? Phasers, question mark. Interesting. And if you guys know any of the artists that are here, or if you are one of the artists and you see your work here, by all means, if I know it, I will say it, but put a comment down below that you know it's your art or whatever. So here's one of the Saladin class ships. This is USS Tamerlane, NCC 510. This is done by Simon as well. We do have an episode coming out on the Saladin class destroyers, and it's a fantastic episode, if I do say so myself. So, hello, sexy Saladin. Absolutely. Sadly, those who thought it needed updating didn't understand the meaning of the word they replaced rather than update. Well, here's a cutaway by Kemp Remillard. This is of the Franklin from Beyond. It's got the little transporter room at the back here, officer's escape pod, the bridge, the motorcycle, the all-important, Federation motorcycle that's on every Federation ship. Very important, don't you know? So there it is there in the bay. Mess, rec hall, main engineering, warp core, and officers' quarters. You can see how small the Franklin is internally. This is from one of the early cutaways when the movie first came out, which it's not great resolution, so I can't really see it so great because why not? Scottish Trekkie, hi Captain Foley. Well, hello, Scottish Trekkie. Officers' escape pod, because we can't have the enlisted folk in an escape pod. That's right. Here's a Hydran Hunter class frigate. Again, same kind of design as the other Hydran we saw. Nothing spectacular to talk about there. I'm just going to move along. Mr. Poshny, 10 pounds. I think Trek Yards doing more fastest Starfleet Battles ships. Lore would be amazing. It's stuff besides the Starfleet Command games years ago I never knew about till your videos. Oh man, you're so yes, we need to do more then, because like I said, this was my track. FASA, Starfleet Battles, they filled in those missing years where there was no Star Trek. So yes. Warp core really close to the bridge. That's definitely a design flaw. Well, yeah. Love all the Starfleet vessels you guys display. Well, thank you. Here's one. This I can't remember the name of the class. I know the ship is the USS Mustang, though. I just looked at the picture of it the other day. NCC 7141. This has the nacelles turned upside down, which Andrew Probert thought was the way that they should be done, because they were basically plug-and-play modules, right? And the connection points are on the bottom. So he thought on the Reliant they should have been turned the other way, like this, upside down, which I think looks kind of stupid. Nothing against Andrew. I mean, I understand where he's coming from. He said the power feeds are in this side of the nacelle, but I understand that it's not hard to change them around. So I like that the Miranda has them the other way. There we go. See? And they're not, yeah, they're not really upside down. You're right. The backs were the same way. Here's another Matt Lislitz. I wish I could say his name. He does fantastic wallpapers. Look him up on YouTube. Dave Metlislitz. Yes. Here's the, not YouTube, DeviantArt. Sorry. Here's another Galaxy. Or, oh my God, my brain. Here's another Cage era Constitution class. This is how she should be looking in Discovery era, but we won't get into that. So moving right along. Flying a bike out of a Star Trek the cop flies on. Yeah. Oh, here's the Romulan Sparrowhawk class light cruiser again, from a different angle, so you get to see the uniqueness of the design. And I love that it's 3 nacelles. I love 3 nacelle designs. They really balance ships out for me. That's why the Foley class is a 3 nacelle design, because I love it. I'm not sure if this is a deflector or if this is one of the plasma torpedo main launchers, or if these are actually plasma launchers. I can't remember. These ships do have phasers. They do have plasmas. And yeah, so there you go. Hey, the Romulan triple nipple light cruiser. The triple nipple. Yes, Miss Triple Nipple. Wow, that doesn't even look Romulan from that angle. Well, it's an older Romulan design. So here's one of the Tholian ships from Starfleet Battles from the back. Not a great picture, so I apologize for that one. I'll move right along to the next one. Apologies, I kept meaning to stay for the podcast. I always get in from work when you're live. I miss you and the commander a lot. Well, Scottish Trekkie, I wish you could join us more, because we love hearing from all you guys. So here is the Abbey class. This is one of the fastest ships. This is actually like a torpedo carrier. You can see the 4 torpedo bays at the back here. It's got 4 at the front. It also has doors here for shuttle bays and fighters and stuff. This is an interesting ship. There's actually a 350 conversion kit for this, so you can convert a 350 refit from polar lights to look like this. A friend of mine, can't remember his name. We call him the Bitters. In my model group, my model club that I go to every month, is making one of these. And so he's got this big pod on the back, and he's modifying the other parts to do a 350 version of this. But he's got like 32 350 refit kits, because he wants to do a bunch of kit bashes. So I don't know. It's a lot of refit kits. I can't even get through my first one. Damn it. There's just an LCARS for a Klingon targeting system. What was the purpose of the spikes on the Cage class if they were then removed? I don't know. It's a good question, but a lot of the older ships have them. This is a perfect example. This is the SS Conestoga. This is another ship we've done a Trek Yards episode on. This is like a colony ship. Neat design though, really neat. One of my favorites from Enterprise for sure. Where's the Breen? Well, I'm not a huge fan of the Breen, you see, so sorry for the notifications that I'm changing my wallpaper. Here we go. This one's done by Brando. Little Spock. Fascinating. Bunda, says the Klingon. There's no way these skirts were this short on the show. Well, they were. You could see the bottom of the bum, I'm sorry to say. And I have no problem with that. That doesn't make me sexist. It doesn't make me an asshole. It just makes me a red-blooded captain, I guess. But it's canon, says this guy. That's right. That is. Oh man, you said we're addressing as Star Wars characters. Yeah, no. Her memory projections defy gravity. Wow. There you go. This is the kind of stuff that Captain Foley has on his computer. Would you say the recent Disco Klingon's design is terrible? Yes. Yes, I would. I have many times. Ooh, here's a nice one. I don't know the artist, unfortunately. There's no name on it, so I apologize again. But the Khan and company Kirk and company taking out Khan. Boom, boom, boom. So nice shot of it in the Matar Nebula. Has there been any pics of the new Disco Klingons for season 2? No, not that I know of. I'm sure we'd be all over that when that happens. Hopefully you guys don't think that your computer is beeping. I apologize again. See, now that I know it's doing it, I have to apologize every 5 minutes because I'm Canadian. Here is a beautiful shot by Thomas Robb from Andurian DeviantArt.com. The Defiant is by Sky Dodds, but a beautiful wallpaper of the Defiant. Awesome. Just the colors in this are beautiful. That's one of the best places to get Star Trek wallpapers is DeviantArt. Go there, check them out. Just type in Star Trek and just give credit where credit is due, because it's important for artists to get credit, and a lot of them are uncredited, unfortunately. So here's the USS Anubis, which is another Saladin class ship, NCC 586 by Simon again. So here it is in the dry dock. Saladin class is an interesting design. I do like that. How did they board the Defiant? There's no entrance. Yeah, I know. The Defiant entrance docking port deflector thing is interesting. Yeah. That's a conversation all to itself, I'm afraid. Are they definitely changing Klingons back to the way they were in DS9? They didn't say that. They're just going to say they're going to have a different look for this new season. So what that means, I don't know. Trekkie Gal. One of my favorite ships, the Federation class Dreadnought from the Franz Joseph Technical Manual. Love this thing. This is the USS Federation, the ship that the class was named for, NCC 2100, and the mesh is by David Metlislitz again. But Trekkie Gal is the one that made up the picture here. I've heard they had hair. Well, that's the step in the right direction. There goes Stuart with the Starship booty shots again. Booty shots. Yeah, yo. You like it. Don't even say you don't. Ooh, Starfleet issue phasers, mid to late 23rd century. Phaser technology used by Starfleet was preceded by phase-modulated particle weapons in the mid-22nd century, including such weapons as the handheld phase pistol and ship-mounted phase cannon. Laser weapons such as the laser pistol were also used before phasers became a standard issue weapon in the Starfleet arsenal. A Type 2 phaser or phase pistol is a typical handheld directed energy phaser weapon used by Starfleet and United Federation of Planets personnel during the 23rd and 24th century. More powerful and generally larger in size than the Type 1 phaser, Type 2 phasers were kept aboard Starfleet and Federation starships, starbases, space stations, and planetary facilities. So this is the one from the motion picture with the multicolored lights on top. This is the one from Star Trek II that Kirk uses to shoot the Seta eel with standard white lights on the top. I have this one in the next room. I have the Art Asylum Diamond Select version of this one. There is a motion picture one that I want to pick up, and then there's the this one. I forget what it's Type 3. That but it's one of my favorite phasers, and here it is here. Of course, I always have a phaser nearby. And you select the different settings. And you can... So, this is one of my favorite... This is like a perfect redesign of the TOS designed phaser. This and the one from Star Trek 6, the assault phaser, whatever it's called. I simply love those, so... But moving right along, I'll have to take you on a tour of my phasers in the next room. Speaking of, guys, when this channel started, it was just me. It was just me showing off my collection of Star Trek stuff before Trek Yards was a thing. Go back to the early days of the channel. Go back and watch the earliest videos where I show off my collection. It's just short little videos. I do look at my phaser wall. I show you all that stuff. So, Star Trek 5, actually, Stuart. It's also in Star Trek 3. It's the one that Uhura uses to put the guy in the closet. That's where we first see that one, so... Yeah. Anyway, this is a beautiful graphic. This is one of my favorite wallpapers. Something simple, something TOS, but... primary color is bright, looks fantastic. And this is from, what's the name of the episode? Is There No Truth in Beauty? Or by any other name? I can't remember. Anyway, it's a comparison of the D7 with the Constitution class, which I love. So ooh, the fleet. Somebody's going to get in trouble for this because look at how close they all are. There's some great designs here. This is from 2011. evilgenius180.wordpress.com. Chris Martin. So here's one of the Larson class ships. I actually have a model of the Larson class. This is provided by a friend of mine, Bill McRae Jr. He built me this, one of my favorite designs from FASA, single engine ship. It's got a dual sword Mirror Universe logo on it, but he sent me this awesome ship. So that's it there, the Yamato on this side. Constitution, this is the Farragut, the Kelvin, which is a Saladin class. This is the Aller, I don't know. Really neat design there. Another Saladin class, the Calypso. Another interesting design. This is cool. Like, look at this stuff. This is like the early Miranda without the roll bar. A Ptolemy class tug back there. Don't know what this one is, but that's cool. Another Constitution class. There's a Saladin there. This one has the cells on top and bottom. I can't remember the class name on that one. And then there's this really cool one with these top mounted nacelles. Cool fleet shot. Cool fleet shot. So what time is it here? It's 5:16 and we've been on for an hour and 13 minutes. I was only going to do like an hour this time, but it's going pretty well. Looks like after 6. Okay. Anyway, got a ton of messages here. Sorry, I just got to talk to the children. Hold on a second here. So we'll go for another little bit here. But yeah, you're going to hear a Windows notification just because. So hopefully you guys are not too upset by that. Yeah, somebody's going to be in trouble for fleet control for that last shot. But here's one of the renders done by Samuel. Again, beautiful render of the, this is the refit. This is the No, it's not. Yes, it is. No, it's not. Yes, it is. Yes, it should say SS Enterprise NX-01, but it looks like it has the secondary hull here. Weird. Also like the red pinstriping here. It's very cool. Press shot of that fleet, I think. Yeah, that is a tight formation. Let's go to the next one. What's next? Are we gonna guess? We should take bets on what's next. Oh, a Hydran Knight class destroyer. It's a weird angle. This is kind of from the bottom. The front of the ship is up there, and it's from the bottom. It's a weird angle. It's just a long ship. The Hydrans have some pretty ugly ships, but Starfleet Battles, man. Let's go to the next one. Ooh, a history of the Constitution class. So here is the different Constitution class modifications made to the Enterprise. This one, this is the cage one. This one is what the one from Discovery should look like. I don't know who does these, but they're fantastic. So I'll read this to you guys here. The Enterprise's first documented refit occurred sometime between 2254 and 2265. Minor changes were made to the ship's exterior, most notably the impulse engines, warp nacelles, running lights, and hull markings. More substantial changes were made to the interior color scheme and layout of the ship. A second, more extensive refit occurred at some point after her encounter with the galactic barrier in 2265. That's the episode where no man has gone before. It involved replacing the bridge module, a newer, smaller deflector dish, and refinements to her warp nacelles. The ship's interior was also upgraded. The new bridge module included consoles with rectangular and circular resin buttons, as well as white-colored rocker flip switches. There was another small refit sometime in early 2266. The white-colored rockers flip switches seen on bridge consoles and on various places on the ship were replaced with multicolored rocker flip switches. That's a big distinction right there. In the late 2260s, a new bridge module added a second turbo lift, and the design moved towards a completely smooth circular configuration. Both standard features on future starships at the same time. The translucent overhead dome was obscured, not to return until the Galaxy-class bridge. So there you go. You learned some new stuff. Now, the extra turbo lift on the bridge that they're talking about is, of course, in reference to the Star Trek animated series, where there's a turbo lift module or turbo lift doors right beside the main viewer on the left-hand side. Richard Bastuli, Checkyards. I'm still working on the Foley class. By the way, the frigates stored in the UNSC Infinity are about the size of the Enterprise C, but roughly brick-shaped. Cool. Are you doing a video for shorts treks when it comes out? Yes, I am. That's tonight, I think. It's on Space, but it's not showing up on the guide because it's only 20 minutes. So I think they tuck it between shows. I gotta see if I can record it. But yes, we want to do the shorts. And the first one's about Tilly, so I'm totally on board with this. This one is done by Carol09. USS Gladiator, NCC 5071. Not sure what the class is, but this is an interesting little design. Cool little ship, so. I'm not even sure how to watch it in Australia. Probably upside down, because you're the land down under, right? So you'd watch it upside down? No? Gareth, where did you get the idea that TMP was a reboot? I've never heard that anywhere. I've heard that many times, and I hate it because it's not a reboot. It's clearly just an evolution of design influences, the next step, as it were. So, but yes, a lot of people say it's not a continuation. It's a reboot because things are visually different. Well, it's many years later and things change, so I don't buy that it's a reboot. I hate that. I hate that. Klingon B10 battleship. Again, we've done an episode on this. Looks like a face back here. You got the eyes and the little smiley face with teeth. Kind of an ugly ship, but really cool to play in game. In Starfleet Battles, it's very powerful. Look at this. This is awkwardly just tall. Not cool. Here's the face I was talking about. Sorry, I had my cursor on the wrong screen. There's the eyes and the mouth and little dimples in the cheeks. So cute from behind. But there's the shuttle bay. And this looks like a command bridge deck thing on the aircraft carrier kind of thing. So how big is this compared to the Connie? Not too much bigger. Well, we had the size chart up earlier with the B10 and the B10 and the other ships from Starfleet or Starfleet Battles, yes, earlier, and the D7 is actually a little bit smaller than the Connie, so the B10 was on that size chart, and it's not so much bigger. It's bigger than the Federation class, though. This is from Enterprise, of course. This is the Big Show. This is a wrestler, the Big Show here. But more importantly, we have an Orion slave girl being auctioned off. But this guy here is the Big Show from wrestling, WWE. So, but yes, and I mean, I'd buy that for $1. Am I right, guys? I'm such a pig. People are gonna hate me now. I know we see Boo sooner or later, right? 500 quatlus on the green girl. Yes. Oh, and this is the one. This is the picture that brought tears to everyone's eyes in Star Trek Beyond. Such a great shot, though. You got to wonder, would the crews actually pose for pictures like this in real life, if that's a thing, or is that just, you know, the actors doing their thing? You would think that in real life they would pose for a hollow picture or whatever they'd call it. This is one of my favorite bridges, though. The black consoles with the green and blue LCARs. I choose to call it LCARs. A lot of people say it's not, but I don't really care. One of my favorite. I just love that aesthetic. It's beautiful. So yeah, great shot of the crew. Did it? Why did it bring tears to folks' eyes? I don't remember. Because Spock had died, and Zachary Quinto, as the new Spock, got handed some of his belongings, and in it was this picture, and it was actually Leonard Nimoy. And after the actor had died, it was just this made a lot of people cry, and I kind of welled up a little myself. That was sad, but anyway, good acknowledgement on the behalf of the Kelvin films to include that and acknowledge the death of Leonard Nimoy, so, and the character Spock as well. So here's a Federation class ship with an odd shuttle bay up at the top there. It's kind of a variant by the looks of it, and some kind of weird funky shuttle going in. Now people ask, why is there a deflector facing rear? Well, it's not a deflector. Originally in TOS it was the one on the Enterprise was even a sensor dish. Another booty shot. That's right. That's right. Absolutely. And some penetration there because it's going to be going into the shuttle base. So take that for what you will. You know. But yeah. So it's not actually a deflector facing rear. As on the Foley class, there's a rear facing one as well, a smaller one, and it's actually for fleet operations because these are designed to be fleet control ships. So they monitor the situation and report back in real time to Starfleet Command or wherever, or the nearest starbase. So this is like a long-range communications array and sensor suite. So it's not really a deflector. That question irks me so often. Are you guys enjoying this format? Are you enjoying just looking through wallpapers and just discussing and hanging out? Extra long range sensor quad. Yes. So let me know. Are you guys enjoying this idea? Like, do you like just hanging out and checking out different pictures and things like that, and learning a few little facts here and there? Again, in case you missed it, the short is on at 7 p.m. Mountain Time on Space. Mountain Time. I think it's on at 9 Eastern Standard Time. Yes, I enjoy this format. Well, thank you. Yes, hoping to see one of my renderings. I'm sure you will. I mean, Captain Foley's ship porn circle jerk. Nothing wrong with that. Hey, now, Neff. That's not nice. Yes, learning a lot. Yes, and how did you meet the commander? It's not bad. Yes, I am. Yes, it is fun playing Star Trek Online and listening to you talk. Stuart missed the opportunity to say you are not. Are you not entertained? Or something. Oopsies. Yes, I approve of this. Okay, I'm glad you guys are enjoying it. How the commander and I met. Well, like I said, the Trek Yards channel was started by me many moons ago, probably 5 years ago. And it was to show off. And it was to show off my model builds, because I build models. I also want to show off my collection of Star Trek stuff. There's some ships, planets down there, moons. This is the Iskin system. I love LCARs. I love any kind of LCARs-y displays on my computer, so that's what this is. So anyway, so yeah, I did model builds and showed off my collection and stuff. I also did some movie reviews, and I reviewed Star Trek 2, and Samuel likes to listen to audio while he's editing, or different videos while he's editing. So he was listening to my Star Trek 2 review and learned a few things, and also watched one of my away mission logs. Now, my away mission logs were when I used to go for walks in the evening. I would do an away mission and just talk about things that were on my mind, or Star Trek upcoming stuff. This is all before Trek Yards was a thing. So anyway, I mentioned it was my birthday coming up, so Samuel made me a opening for my channel that had the name Captain Foley and the little Type 7 or Type F shuttle, original TOS shuttle come through the name Foley, and then the Constitution class came by and then went to warp, and I loved it. So we started talking, and eventually we found out we both love ships, and we decided to create a show called Trek Yards that would talk about the ships of Star Trek, and something that we would ourselves would want to watch. And that's how Trek Yards came to be. So, but like I said, there's a lot of earlier stuff on there that's just me, either doing model builds, showing off some of my collection, doing movie reviews. There's a lot of stuff on the early Trek Yards channel. If you go back far enough, if you open up Trek Yards and select, earliest videos first, you can go back and watch some of those, and I'd really appreciate it. They don't get a lot of views, but there's some good older stuff there. You get to see Captain Foley before he's really Captain Foley. Although I did get the name and the moniker Captain Foley from Sylvia, who always called me Captain. She's like, what are we going to do now? What are we going to do tonight, Captain? Same thing we do every night. Sylvia tried to take over the world, right? But she's always called me Captain, so that's where I got the Captain Foley moniker from, and it just transferred beautifully over to Trek Yards. And now I'm just known as the Captain. So, hey, Captain. I hear that all the time, so. So go back and check out the early videos. Please comment on them. Give them some more traction. I like to pull them out of... I like to go and copy some links every once in a while and reshare them because they're fun. But, all right, so here is an Interstellar Concordium transport tug. Now, the Interstellar Concordium are basically like the Xindi from Enterprise, but way before the Xindi even existed. There's like 5 separate species, all that make up the Interstellar Concordium. And they were actually developed and created by my friend Josh Spencer, who recently passed away. And we've had him on the show talking about his involvement. He designed some ships and stuff as well for Starfleet Battles and whatnot. So check out Josh Spencer Trek Yards episodes. Just type in Josh Spencer and Trek Yards, you'll see them. And like I said, he recently passed away. So, but he created the Interstellar Concordium, which were like 5 different species, much like the Xindi, and these are some of their ships. This is one of the transport tugs, so you can see the transport modules here and stuff. AC Castillo, $2. I'd love to see a live stream model build sometime. That will happen. I got to clear off my model table over here, and I do have the Foley class model now. The resin model is available. It's not quite available yet. I got 4 copies of it sent to me. I'm going to build one of those up and tell you guys how you can get one if you're interested in the Foley class resin model kit at 1/1000th scale. Yeah, thank you for all the rest in peace for Josh. It happened a few months ago. It was pretty quick and pretty sudden, and it kind of hit me hard, but go watch the the Josh Spencer Trek Yards episodes. And Away We Go is called this one. Love these uniforms. I approve of these 100%. This should have been a uniform that we saw, and this is Seaview 23 that made this, so thank you Seaview for this view. This is, ooh, I like this one. Yeah, I do too, Gareth. We're just switching gears so quickly from ships to friends long gone to beautiful women to, these are the kind of live streams I like, the ones that are just hanging out. Oh, this is Tessa Fowler. This TessaFowler.com. I know the emblem's on ups or sideways, but that's because it rotated during the photo shoot. There's some dirty versions of this where this gets unzipped and opened. So if you guys are interested, not that I'm, you know, a purveyor of that kind of stuff, but Tessa Fowler Star Trek might pull it up for you guys if you're interested. But we're going to move along because I don't want to cause any issues with people that are sensitive. Here's a BB-8 Astromech droid thing talking about the BB-8. I'm not going to read that right now. I'm going to move on. I'm surprised they were transported with shirts at all. Googling intensifies. You're a pimp. I don't mean to be. Googling intensifies. This is an interesting one. I can't remember who did this one, but this is like a TOS Excelsior design, NCC 1999. Interesting Excelsior styled ship, but blocky and boxy, kind of like TOS might be. And these are a nice adaptation of the Romulan Klingon Treaty of 2267, where they exchanged technology. So you got like basically a TOS bird of prey style here, with D7 nacelles mounted on top for extra power. These are like dreadnought variants. I can't remember the name of this class of ship, but it's got the Klingon D7 boom attached to it, which is very interesting. So, wondering how long all you people have been watching Trek Yards. Yeah, sound off. How long have you guys been tuned in? Because October 10th, which is the next Wednesday, October 10th is our 4-year anniversary. We started in 2014. The first Trek Yards video was October 10th, 2014. So we're at our 4-year anniversary. So, Captain Foley, have you had any thoughts on using a 3D printer to build models? Anti-Trekker currently building a 3D printer for a model build. Yes, well, like I said, we talked to Anti-Trekker earlier today, and he actually did up a USS Foley dedication plaque for me today, so he'll probably show that off on his live tonight. And I'd love to get a 3D printer. I think it'd be cool. So this is the Archer class Scout. This is one of my favorite little ships. Length 46 meters, so it's not very big. Width 22.5 meters and height 9 meters. I got a little model kit of this in 350 scale, and it's quite small. It's a little tiny ship. This first showed up in the Vanguard series of novels, and is a neat little ship, I gotta say. You can tell how big it is by the docking port. It's very small. It's like 3 decks. The Archer class was a type of Federation Starfleet scout vessel in service at least in the 2260s. The ships are small and cramped. Of a crew of 14, only the captain and first officer have their own quarters. The remainder of the crew shares 4 single bed compartments by hot bunking. The ship is also too small to have a turbolift system. Instead, crew rely on ladders to travel between decks. Again, a very cool little ship. 3D printers are so cheap right now, like $200 for a decent one. You have to put it together yourself, though. Yeah. Here's just a nice shot. This is again by Matt Listlitz. I wish I could say his name properly. He's gonna kill me. Of the Botany Bay. The Botany Bay, marooned here. Thomas Potts, $1.99. Thank you very much. Today is Anti-Trekker's first DMC anniversary. Yes, I know, he told us about this. So it's a special live tonight. I might join him for it. That might be fun. We'll both be on screen and answering your questions and stuff. So check out that if you're interested. The Anti-Trekker is a good guy. I really like him. From hell's hut, I stab at thee. For hate's sake, I spit my last breath at thee. And here's an MSD, cutaway of the deck layout of the Negh'Var cruiser. Here you see some little fighter-type ships that look very similar to small little birds of prey, and some nice deck work there. So, and it changes now. Cool. All right, here we go with a TOS style Miranda with there's a couple of different TOS style Mirandas that have different roll bar configurations. This one's very interesting. This is USS Bombay, NCC 1926, and it's being attacked by the pesky Tholians. They're taking it out. There's a nacelle gone. I think the ship's basically screwed. Say goodbye to the USS Bombay. Oh, my face is in the wrong spot again. God damn it. So here they're taking out a Tholian, but the other Tholians are taking them out pretty good. So again, I don't know who the artist is, and I apologize for that, but wouldn't that be the USS Bombay, not Bombay? I guess. This one was done by Samuel early on. This is one of our banners for the Trek Yards Facebook group. There's a Constitution in the background, Saladin class here, with the wrong registry number because it's got NCC 4385. The Saladins only had 3 numbers, not 4, but that's fine. Anyway, it's leaving dry dock. There's a Federation class back there, and another Constitution class. So just a nice picture done by Samuel. He does good work. So, and you got to remember, a lot of people ask about him building models. He's not a 3D builder. He doesn't build 3D ships. We have a team of people that behind the scenes that all have different skill sets that do builds for us for Trek Yards, but Samuel is the animator. He does animations. So what's the difference between the Saladin and Hermes classes? Well, you're going to have to watch the Saladin class episode that's coming out soon for that information. And it'll be out. It's basically done, the episode, so it'll be out soon. There's a slight difference between the two. To be honest, I can't remember right off the cuff what it is, but it's in the episode. I know that for sure. And here we go. Dun, dun, dun. USS Federation 21, NCC 2100. Beautiful ship. Interestingly, differently curved primary hull. The reason for that is this is not the bridge on the top. The bridge of the Federation class is right here. It's right in the middle of the saucer. And here's that long-range communications array and sensor palette. Not a deflector, just so you know. And same here. There is a deflector and a sensor suite, but there's also additional sensors and communications arrays on the front to make it more of a fleet control ship as opposed to anything else. Why is the deflector dish hanging down instead of incorporated in the saucer like the NX-01? Because that's the way they did it back in the 60s, and it's also rotational because it's a sensor dish, so it hangs down and it rotates as need be. Any idea when you'll be playing Star Trek Online next? I have a computer now, so I'd love to join you. Maybe next week sometime I would do another Star Trek Online session. Does it still warp after saucer separation? What, this? Yes. This can still... The Federation class can... both modules can go to warp. This is just a beautiful shot of the Galaxy class. That's a great wallpaper right there, guys. So appreciate that for what it is. I moved my face out of the way, but beautiful nebula behind it. Again, I don't know the artist, unfortunately, so I apologize for that. 542. Just keeping an eye on things. The Big D. That's right. Everyone loves the D. Christopher Pico is here. What's up, Captain? The old-ass retro gamer has joined us. Not too much, Chris, just hanging out with the Trek Yards peeps and talking and going through my wallpapers and teaching them a few things about things that pop up here. So here's one of the travel pods. Again, I don't know the artist, unfortunately, but it's a great shot. Nothing exciting there, so we'll go to the next one. Sorry for the notification. Sorry for the notification sound. I gotta disable those for the next one. Dun dun dun. There we go. This is the first of many. This is the classic Trek Yards pinup girl. Red head, red skirt. This was the shirt we just did the campaign for. So if you snagged one of the shirts, by all means share it when you get the shirt. I'd appreciate that. I'd like to see that. But here she is. The only thing I don't like about this was done by Simon Marino, and I think he did a fantastic job. But Trek Yards is one word, not two. And this, we hate when people put it as two words. It's one word. It's clearly one word. It's Trek Yards. But the girl fits in there perfectly, so I don't have a problem with it being separated. I've got a few of these shirts. It's just, this is awesome. I got my gold shirt the other day, and do you like it, Mike? Is that the prime timeline, Tilly? Yes, yes it is. That's what it is. This is before Tilly existed that this was made, so haven't got the shirt yet. Soon though. Okay, good. Car Galaxy Studios. It's in the mail, which is awesome. So Mike, tell me, do you like the gold command shirt? I wouldn't personally want a gold command T-shirt with this on it. I think it looks better on black, but yes, he says with exclamation points and all in capitals. So yes, good. I'm glad. There are more coming. I actually have the art on my computer. I'm not going to show you guys yet, but there are more pinups coming. There's a Romulan, a Klingon, an Andorian, and a Cetacean, which is basically the cat, like Lieutenant Emrys from the animated series. Now these are two girls from Star Trek Las Vegas. They go every year. This was one of their costumes last year or the year before. They're a couple. They're a very cute couple, and they always have the best cosplays. So this is number one. This is the Cage era uniforms, and then a TOS medical uniform. So yeah. So does that mean the pinup shirts are now limited edition? They are for now. They will be released. We'll be releasing them more of them. So, and of that same one. But yeah, we wanted to see how it went with that. So here's another one of Johnny's Atomic pinups, and yeah, gotta love pinup photography and Star Trek. It's a great combination. I'm surprised that Star Trek Discovery would allow you to have those Trek Yards awesome hot pinup girls, because that's so sexist. Well, I don't mean to be sexist, and no, I'm not sexist, and yeah, I know what you're saying, but look, it's patient Ash Tyler and his non-Klingon physiology, which, look at these readings. Clearly he's Klingon. Is this just a picture showcase stream? Yes, pretty much. We're going through some random desktop images and just kind of talking a little about each one, dishing out some nuggets of knowledge you guys might not have known. Political correctness, don't get me started. Here's just a nice landscape or planetscape, if you will. quasdeviantart.com. So if you're interested in that, check that out. You checking out Venom tonight, Cap? Not tonight, no, but sometime I will for sure. That chart is wrong. The Klingons have 2 hearts. Dun dun dun. I said that out loud. The t-shirts are awesome. You're awesome. Well, thank you, Mark. Let's go to the next one. Sorry for the notification. Didn't mean it. I didn't even know that was a thing, doing it, because I didn't have my earpiece in originally, and I apologize. This is just some cute cosplayer. I'm going to hell because Sorry, guys. The Klingons are failed Time Lords. Alright, here's one, Run Around the Block by Connor KillaBC Bentley. USS Apollo by Phoenix, and Orbital Office by David Metzlist. I can't say his damn name. But, yeah, so here is, so this is the Apollo class, or the Apollo. This is the one we saw in the other fleet shot earlier, where they were cluttered really close together in the fleet. This is the top and bottom nacelle design, which is neat. I really like that. It's very cool. So, and you can see, this is how the moon should look in TNG and stuff when we see the moon, but you never see it like this. There's New Tycho City and Lake Armstrong on a day like this. There they are. That's how the moon should look, which they never did in TNG, which is a shame. Why folks call it the Apollo class, I never know. I don't know, it just says Apollo, so I apologize. Here's another Metzlist photo, or picture. David Metzlist. But anyway, this is the cage-style Enterprise from Where No Man Has Gone Before, where they go to the galactic barrier. And great shot. Great shot. Great shot, man. Christopher Pico, but you can see the crashed Autobot ship on the moon. You can't see. You can see. There you go. Now this is the Kelvin Enterprise, done by Ryan Church before JJ got his grubby little mitts on it. Sure, it's still got some odd ideas here, like this sticks out too far, but look at the colors. Even with the correct bizarre colors, this is acceptable to me. But JJ's like, oh, I don't want it to look like the old one. We need to change the color of that to blue. All right, sir. We'll do that, I guess. Why? People are going to hate it. No, they'll love it. Don't you worry. All right, then. And they won't see the blue anyway because the lens flares, I guess. So it's all right. Moving along. I like that production art, though. I think it looks good. Hey, hello, Captain. Thanks for the... to the fan for the new pinup shirts. Yeah, no problem. Now, nacelles are also thinner, which are better, yes. This is from the upcoming Ships of the Line calendar. This is... the ship is designed, as we know, by Scott Schneider and John Eaves, who did a great job on the Discovery redesign. Although the more I like it, the more I see it, the less I like it. But it is a cool design, and Doug Drexler put this in the upcoming Ships of the Line calendar as a favor for John Eaves. I know Doug's not a huge fan of Discovery or of this particular design, but it is there, so it's a great shot of it. It's a great calendar piece, and it's for July. It's not for my birth month, so I don't care. But it is Canada Day there, and Independence Day, and 16 full moon. USS Enterprise, Star Trek Discovery. So, nice shot. Uh-oh, stream dropping on me. What? Uh-oh, losing comms, even if it's fully canon. A bit of lag there. Uh-oh. Well, that's not good. Let's see. What's the kids on the internet? All right. So here is a great shot of K7 station and the Enterprise. But there's a planet underneath. Looks like Mount Vesuvius, to be honest, or something. But very cool. Very cool shot. We're back now. You did freeze for a second. Oh, that sucks. I'm sorry, guys. It does say video output low. YouTube is not receiving enough to maintain smooth streaming. As such, viewers will experience buffering. Oh, god damn it. Well, guys, you know what? That's a good reason to call it. It's been an hour 49. Thank you very much for you guys for tuning in and for joining me on this journey of looking at some cool shots and some great artists and great cool stuff. Thank you for everybody that super chatted. Thank you for everybody that just hung out with me in the chat. I really appreciate it. And Oh, now it says the stream health is fine. That's because I told the kids to get off the internet. You know what? I'll go for another 10 minutes to make it 2 hours. How does that sound? Frickin' kids. Stay off the internet. Don't worry, it was the Star Trek Discovery that buffered. Oh, there you go. So here is one of the Neo-Tholian heavy dreadnoughts from Starfleet Battles. So a really cool Tholian design. Now the Tholians also used some Klingon D5 hulls and put their front module on the front and changed the nacelles and stuff to make some really cool ships as well. Some captured Klingon designs. Here's some of their weaponry. This is probably one of the webcasters. And then phasers, and I don't remember what all their weapons are, but this looks very much like the tip of a Federation phaser rifle. Wow, so just total silence on that musical episode idea. I didn't even see the comment for that. I apologize. Just curious, where did you find a lot of the ship wallpapers? Like I said, I've been collecting these for years and years and years and years, like 20 plus years. So there's a ton of them from multiple resources, but DeviantArt.com is like one of the best resources for this kind of stuff. There's a lot of great Star Trek wallpapers there, so yeah, so we're gonna go for another 9 minutes, go to the 2 hour mark. If you guys want to super chat, it'd be appreciated, but like I said, you don't have to super chat at all. So what is this? This is Alexandria Master Systems display. This looks like some kind of city or space station or something, which is cool. He pimps them out from the commander. That's why Sam's so busy. No. Sam does them for episodes, and I steal them for wallpapers when he's done. Again, this is my favorite Star Trek computer interface style. The black with the blues and the greens just looks so beautiful. Such great aesthetic. Definitely my favorite. That, then TOS. Here's an Orion slave girl from Star Trek Las Vegas from, I think, 2 years ago. She's like a danced like a Las Vegas showgirl, but she's clearly an Orion. So, very cool. Oh, my ass is getting sore. We're gonna call this quits soon. Here's one by Robin Studios, Facebook.com/Robin Studios. Just some JJ inspired uniforms. You can see the little deltas all over them and the JJ phasers. So just a great shot. If Captain Sisko could sing with Vic Fontaine, I'm sure Captain and Commander could sing too. Oh, you want us to do a musical episode of Trek Yards? Hey, look, it's me and Sylvia. There's me and the Admiral. That was at a friend's wedding a few years ago. See if I can replicate that stupid smile. Moving along. I didn't know that was in there. Sadly, my girlfriend's on a Trekkie, so the closest I get would be a Twi'lek. Them is my favorite kind of booty shots. Okay, here's Kelvin. This will make Doug Clements, one of our Trek Yards admins, happy. This is by Lightworks again, done by Tobias Richter. So this is a fantastic shot of the Kelvin Enterprise. Love it or hate it. I kind of have a love-hate relationship with it. I generally hate it, but there are some shots of it that are simply gorgeous and some views of it. So this one's actually a really nice wallpaper. So this just goes to prove, just because I hate something doesn't mean that I don't have it on my computer and have it set as a wallpaper sometimes, because when people say that we hate Discovery, we love Discovery, we just call out what we love and what we don't like, or what we like and what we don't like about it. I don't like the Kelvin Enterprise, but here it is on my computer. It's an example of how much I love Star Trek. And here, Lyra, this is Ido Asio. This guy, I don't know, artist, does some fantastic figures on Deviant Art, so check him out. Redheads and Andorians are my kryptonite, so I love this one. So I love Andorian females. Now, why didn't we meet her in Enterprise, right? That's just what it looks like. Just a blank canvas on which to put other graphics. So what's next? Just another cosplayer. Cool Steel 27. Yeah. I have a feeling that this is getting into some sketchy territory. I should maybe stop. It's like the computer's telling me there's weird stuff coming up, guys. Here's a view from standing on the transporter pad. You just beamed in, and there's the transporter room in front of you. If you've ever been to the sets in Ticonderoga, when you stand on the pads, this is what you see, and it's simply glorious. Although there is a ceiling there is no ceiling in the one in Ticonderoga, so you can see like the T-drop ceiling or whatever it's called, and the fluorescent lights, which is kind of a bummer. But anyway, there you go. All right, Agents of Yesterday, the Daedalus, NCC 150. I love this. Love this. It's great wallpaper. I still need to get the USS Horizon, which is the Daedalus class Eagle Moss ship. I haven't received it. I did request it. I haven't got it yet, so it's a shame. I want to review it, but I do love the Daedalus class. I need that ship, damn it. I need it. Rough, yes, the dogs, I know. That's what happens with lives. I mean, when we film normally, we can edit that stuff out, but there is flat. Oh, no need to replace and no point to it either. What? It wouldn't surprise me if that folder did have a bunch of ship shots mixed in. I don't know. I'm just hoping you guys are enjoying this live stream. Hopefully you guys are getting something out of it. I am trying to show you guys some cool stuff, and maybe like I said, maybe teach you some facts or something about Starfleet Battles or whatever that you didn't know. And I hope you guys are enjoying this format. I plan on doing this again sometime, obviously. This is another great wallpaper heading up to Jupiter Station, a Galaxy class ship. I don't know if it's the Enterprise or not. 1701, yes, it is the Enterprise. You can see the registry there. The nacelles look a little long at the back, and this is weird. This shouldn't be here. These should be back here a little bit. But anyway, heading to Jupiter Station. There's Jupiter in the background. I don't have a name for the artist on this one. Again, I apologize, but it's probably off of Deviant Art. B. Cluett says, this is fun. Good. I'm glad you guys are enjoying yourselves. Do-do-do-do. I have a feeling you're going to be traumatized from that sound. Looky. There's Stamets, and there's Captain... Well, it's Tilly, but she's disguised as Captain Killy at this point because her hair's... Stroke the hair. That's weird and creepy. What are those squares behind the shuttle bay on the saucer? That's the Arboretum. Those blue squares behind this shuttle bay on the saucer of the Galaxy class are Arboretums. Those are big windows. And yeah. And we're going to end on this one. You know what? We started with the Phoenix. We started with a full 3D render. This is one of the Phoenix sketches of the interior of the ship. So there we go. That's a perfect way to end this stream. So there you have it, guys. A cutaway of the Phoenix. You can see the Phoenix symbol here. Dun, dun. And the 3 seats in the cockpit. And all the cool stuff. Now, like I said, we started on a shot of the Phoenix, a 3D render, and appropriately enough, we'll just end on this one because it's 2 hours, an hour 59, 26. So we're going to call it a wrap. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this format. Please let me know. Somebody had mentioned an emulator for the computer to play old games. If you could private message me on Facebook or something, get in touch with me another way, I'd appreciate it so we could talk about that. And guys, I don't know if Mad Panda is still here, but put a link to the Discord in the comments, and check the description of other videos for links to Eagle Moss to help us out, links to our Patreon, links to there's lots of links to things that are important like the Discord and stuff like that, so check those out. And thank you guys so much for tuning in. Hopefully you had a fun time. I did enjoy doing this format of video. This is something I've been considering for a while, and I had time today and I thought, why not give it a try? And you guys seem to be very positive about it and enjoyed it, so I appreciate you guys very much. And possibly tonight I will be on the Anti-Trekkers live podcast or broadcast as well, so I might be joining him live. So if you guys are interested and you'll watch the Anti-Trekker, check it out. If you don't watch the Anti-Trekker, go over there and subscribe anyway. He's a great guy. I want to help him out with his subs. He's only got 6,000 subs. We want to boost him. We've helped out other channels before, like Space Dock and Lore Reloaded and stuff, so we definitely love helping out the community. And so anyway, go check that out if you can, and I'll see you guys later. Thanks again so much for tuning in. I love you guys, so live long and prosper and all that jazz, and we'll see you soon. Bye guys.